Hello. Welcome. I'm going to play a song and maybe people will show up. And if they don't, that's totally fine. I have no expectations. On there, vacancy sign. If there's no one beside you and your soul embarks, and I'll follow you into the dark. You and me have seen everything you see, from Bangkok to Calgary, and the soles of your shoes are all worn down. Time for sleep is now. It's nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of rooms. If heaven held aside that they both are satisfied, and illuminate those on their vacancy sign. If there's no one beside you and your soul embarks, and I'll follow you into the dark, and I'll follow you into the dark. Hello, people of the internet. Hello and welcome to the first ever Reckless Rambles Live. So, I just don't want to edit anything. I would like to put some content on my channel, but I would like to not edit it. That's where we're at. I promised a hair bleaching video. You know, I went through the footage and I ultimately decided that it was just going to be way too much work to make it into something entertaining. And so I scrapped it, and then I sat down and filmed basically just like another, just like a Reckless Rambles, like life update basically. But I just, I don't know, I didn't like it and I didn't post it. And so I've got a lot of things. I don't know if I've got a lot anymore, because I keep trashing everything that I that I think I'm going to put out. Yeah, I know content's been like real sparse on this channel lately, and it's kind of dumb because I've actually filmed quite a lot. A lot of it I've just decided not to use. And so, you know, like onwards and upwards, I guess is what I'm saying. And now, like, is this silly foolishness? Like, of course, right? Like, any content's better than no content, right? Or something. Is that true? I don't know. Do you guys like no content or bad content? What's your preference? That's okay. Don't answer that. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just like finally confident and I'm comfortable enough to just like do a live stream instead of feeling like I have to shoot something ahead of time and then edit it. Maybe that's where we're at. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to do things live. I always thought that would be a great way to, like when I shoot my Reckless Rambles stuff and I just sit down and talk for like an hour, it's pretty light on the editing. And I just, I'm just making things kind of hard for myself by feeling as though I need to film things ahead of time and then, edit them and put them up. So I don't know. It's not like I'm not gonna like ever do another video again. I'm just gonna live stream. That's not the case. But like December's busy. I'm very busy. More on that in a second. And it just seemed like if I want to get into the festive content spirit, it's just going to have to be live streams because I have to eliminate the factor of editing. So, I don't know. That's what I'm going to do. I did put it in the description, even though I talked to my partner and he was like, don't bite off more than you can chew. Why is it got to be 12 days? I don't know, because it has a ring to it. Isn't that enough of a reason to do something that's a bad idea that just like sounds good? Anyway, I got the idea to do like 12 days of live streams between now and like probably the new year. I'm already moving the deadline. Why does it gotta be 12? Why do I gotta set myself up for failure like that? I don't know, man. I think that if I make it a big enough number, maybe I'll have to get out of my own way, right? Because if I actually want to live stream 12 times between now and the new year, I'm just gonna have to get used to not, I can't faff about, like, I just gotta streamline the whole operation. So maybe that's the justification and not just that, like, it sounds cool. I don't know. So anyway, I don't know if I'm committed to that idea because maybe it's a bad one, but I like the sounds of it. So maybe that's like the new December thing. So why am I so busy? Okay, so good news for me. I am so... I can see the light at the end of the tunnel of me finally selling out the rest of all my Mary Kay nonsense. So I just started doing something on Marketplace where I'm selling like $10 mystery boxes. Here they are. I'm not trying to sell these to you. You cannot buy them. But I'm doing $10 mystery boxes and they have like $80 to $100 worth of product in them. And the first day that I posted it on Marketplace, like a week and a half ago, I sold 14 of them in one day. So that's like, it's a great way to clear out product. And like, I've gotten messages back from people that they like them and they're excited and they think they're good. I'm not just like putting like random foundations and stuff that you can't use. So the mystery boxes have been a great way to clear product out of my house and to get it into the hands of people who actually want it and can appreciate it. So it doesn't end up in the dump. And I can recover a bit of cost from it. Sure, why not? I have been posting the odd thing individually to try to, sell a bit more than just the boxes, but it's been a mixture of both. And so I just decided, about a couple weeks ago, I looked at my inventory here. I looked at it with clear eyes for the first time in a while, because I think I've just been so fixated on trying to move lipsticks during a pandemic when everyone's wearing masks. And so I've just been like so like fixated on moving these lipsticks that I didn't like step back and realize like that apart from the lipsticks, it's actually going really good. So, I finally just marked the lipsticks down to like $5, which is like half of what I paid for them. But like whatever, they're selling, it's going good. So no complaints from me. And like it's all money in my pocket, right? It's all like a little bit of cash money. So it was my goal to have all of my Mary Kay inventory out of my life, out of my house, out of my mind, out of my energy field. I wanted it gone by like the new year, with the understanding that there'd probably be like a bit of a January clear out because that's just how things go, but really like trying to have it gone like by Christmas, right? The selling season. And yeah, I stepped back a couple weeks ago and I realized like I'm kind of on target for that. I think it's going good. I'm going to be pretty close to selling it out. And I'm also making peace with the fact that some of it's just going to end up in the garbage. But I've done my best, and, I've kind of learned along the way. So that has been good and fun for me. This was intended to be a chatty stream. I was not really intending to play my this guy that much, my ukulele. But that said, I am now feeling the need to do another song. So let's do another song, shall we? I'm just gonna do a little adjustment here. I feel like you should. Oh, sorry, you can't see. What did I just do? My screen just got kind of funny. Oh, maybe that's nothing. I think that's just live stream info. Dang. First time live streaming, can you tell? Can like totally know a song, and then when the pressure's on, it's just like poof. Okay, I'm gonna do a song called, I think it's called Sometimes the Devil's All You've Got. It's by a band called The Glorious Sons. It's a Canadian band, and they are fucking awesome. So you should check them out if you do not know the Glorious Sons. just working on my ukulele playing. I haven't been playing it, but I think it sounds okay. So, more life updates. Oh, P.S. I decided to play my ukulele because it's like 1:30 in the morning, by the way, my time. Like, if y'all are like, are you live streaming in the middle of the night? Yes, I absolutely am. This was the time that it made the most sense. Like, it was either in the middle of the afternoon, and like I said, I've been shuffling out these mystery boxes, man. No, but I couldn't really like live stream while I'm answering texts. You know what I mean? Like, I can't multitask that. So, we had plans to go to a friend's place, and we hot tubbed, and we enjoyed the nice it's been so beautiful. It's been like ridiculously nice for December. Like -2 Celsius. What? This weekend. So, yeah, we went in the hot tub and enjoyed the beautiful weather and some great company. It was a great night. But my calluses are a little soft for steel guitar strings, so this is not supposed to be a jam session anyways. So, yep, ukuleles it is. So, more life updates. More life updates for you. So, it's a good thing that these marketplace sales have picked up lately, because it's been a time. So, this is going back a little bit now, like mid-October, but I remember I was in the basement and I noticed that there was like water on the floor, and our basement is not finished. It's like only a partial basement. We were warned when we first moved in that our neighborhood basements are prone to flooding. So we've always had everything in like plastic tubs or like up on a pallet or something. So we're prepared for water in the basement. Anyways, so I noticed that there was some water puddling just kind of on the cement or whatever. And this happens from time to time. We don't have the greatest drainage. So sometimes if we take, do a load of laundry, whatever. Anyway, so I saw a bit of water on the basement, but usually it dries up. And after noticing that this water was like not going down at all, and it was just, there was constantly a little bit of water in the basement, I was finally like, all right, so this is a problem, right? And I talked to my partner, and yes, we agreed that this was not going away. So obviously there was a steady source of water, and it was coming from our water heater, so our water heater was leaking. So we had a friend who knows come and look at it, and he's like, yeah, you need a new water heater. And then before we could actually make that happen, it got so bad that it started to just like unravel. And so we had been advised that you can always just turn your hot water off, and then you don't have to worry about running up your bill while your water heater leaks in your basement until it gets replaced. But yes, it was not fixable. We needed a new water heater. Sad day for us. And it's like frustrating because, like that water heater, like that's like 2 months worth of payments on our consolidation loan, like on our debt for this Mary Kay bullshit, right? So it just it sucks, right? Like we could have done 2 extra payments, but now we got to do this, okay? And so it feels frustrating when you're trying so hard to get ahead and like get your life together and like be a functional human being, and then life just throws you these curveballs. But at the same time, I was kind of thinking about it, and like this is kind of some of like the aftermath though of like being in like an MLM or a commercial cult, or like just the type of situation that I experienced in Mary Kay. Because it's not just that I got myself in debt like financially, but I'm also like in debt / behind in like every way. Like I'm in debt to my house, I'm in debt to my life, like I'm in debt in every way. And what I mean by that is, so with the house, this house was built in like 56, and when we bought this house, it was very shitty, and we've been able to make steady improvements since we moved in. Even though when we first bought the house, I was 1 year into a 4-year university degree, and I was in full-time studies, and my partner had a full-time job. And so we did not, most of the money, like we didn't have a ton of extra money, but we could do the work ourselves. And we were always able with like income tax reimbursements or whatever, we were always able to make steady improvements on our house, even with me being a full-time student. So, we like replaced our flooring, we painted all the walls, replaced some trim, redid the bathroom, got a lot of stuff on like Kijiji and Marketplace and stuff. And we were able to make steady improvements on our house the whole time I was in university. But then once I got involved in Mary Kay and decided that it would be wise to, sink every single ounce of like money and energy and self-esteem and common sense into that company, the result of that was there was never any money left over to continue with our improvements. And so now we're like 5 years behind on like improving our house, and it's starting to show. There are things that, we would have wanted to finish or replace or repair or renovate like 5 years ago. And now we're just getting to it because it like isn't a choice anymore. So, it just kind of like is how it is. It doesn't pay to get too discouraged about it. It definitely is annoying when I just like want to get the debt paid off and like just be officially done with this bullshit in my life. But, it's just like one foot in front of the other, and like, what are you going to do? So this story kind of goes on though. So, the water heater crapped out. We ended up having to turn the hot water off. I had exactly one Pioneer woman style kettle bath of boiling water on the stove to have a bath. I did not like that. So we got a new water heater, and it's been great. And when we got the new water heater, we had service people in our basement looking at things a couple times, and both of these people, independent of each other, told us that like our furnace was just like older than Jesus Christ himself, and we definitely needed to replace it sooner rather than later. And every time we've ever had like a service person in our basement, they've been like, damn, your furnace is old as hell, you should replace it. And we've always been like, yeah, for sure, thanks. So it kind of sank. Like this time, the second guy who came in, the guy who did our water heater, he was like, this furnace, you really need to start saving up to get a new furnace, because it's like, he's like, I've taken out a furnace like this that was from the 80s, and it was green. And this one's yellow. Like, this furnace might be original to your house. And our house was built in 56. So we are very much living on borrowed time with this furnace. And, like, P.S., I think, as you're aware, I live in, like, the Canadian prairies. Like, this is, like, a furnace is not a luxury. It is 100% a necessity to sustain life itself. So, we've just been, like, playing games with our lives the last few years with our 70-year-old furnace. So after we got the water heater taken care of, we thought, yes, we should probably look. Oh, well, okay, no, it's not as though we just decided to like be sudden adults and fix our furnace. After that happened, 5 days in a row, our furnace failed to kick on. And like, you can go, it's just like I don't know, man, like, it's like the fan blows the light out. You just got to go and turn the fan on, and then the gas will come and it'll reignite, and you got heat again. So like, it's fine if somebody's home, you'll just notice your house getting cold and you can go down and do what you need to do. But it kind of makes it so that you don't want to like go away for the weekend, because like your furnace might just like not kick on. So when this happened like 5 days in a row, it reminded me of how this furnace started to do this actually last winter. It was going off and on, kicking on, doing this every once in a while. And so after I did it like 5 days in a row, we thought, okay, you know what? Let's not wait until it's like minus 40 and it's a life or death situation. Let's just address the situation that's clearly, an old furnace that needs replacing. The literal day, though, that I go to call the guy about the furnace, I just like decided to do a load of laundry, right? I wanted to try out my new water heater so I could tell him how great it was and all the things I could do now that I had a new water heater. Well, no, as it turns out. So I did some laundry, and the water from the washing machine did not drain away from my house. So I just dropped my ukulele. It's okay. Just like it sounded a lot worse than it was, but this is why we have stands for things. Ukuleles are hard though, they fall out of everything. Anyway, was telling you about this. Okay, yeah. So I did a load of laundry. The water did not drain. And so this is a problem that we have in our neighborhood from time to time. I think I've mentioned, if you've ever seen any of my videos outside, if you've seen any of my videos outside, you will have seen that we have a lot of kind of mature trees in our neighborhood. And so these big, beautiful, gorgeous mature elm trees, which honestly it's worth it, but they do tend to wreak havoc on our sewage. And also, like, we have some original sewage lines which are also from the 50s, so like it's just an old neighborhood. It's on the city's to-do list to replace our sewage, but like it's also not a very bougie neighborhood, so like this ain't happening ever. So, you know, every once in a while when the weather's kind of mild like this, I don't know, the ground gets heaving and the frost and the roots, and then the water can't get back out to the sewer, the whatever. It doesn't go away. The gray water does not go away. So we started having this issue, and I wanted to wait and let it solve itself, which was like never, like, no, that doesn't work. That's stupid. If you're having drainage issues, don't wait for it to get to the point where it's totally blocked and there's nothing you can do. That's foolishness. But the reason that we were waiting is because we were under the impression, we spoke to our neighbor about this, because he's had this issue with the roots a lot, as it turns out. We've been here for 10 years. We've only had issues with the tree roots twice. He said he had to get the city to come like twice in 1 year and do it. And when that happened, he said he found out that they'll only do, there's like a roto-root service where they clear your line out so that your sewer line is good again. And they do it for free. But apparently they only do it for free every 18 months. So remember how I said that we've had it done twice in 10 years? We had it done once in 2015, and we had the other time done last spring, which is less than a year ago, so it's not going to be covered. So, like, for fuck's sakes, like, we just replaced a stupid water heater because I didn't want to live my best little house on the prairie lifestyle. And then the actual fucking, okay, and then our furnace decides to, like, act up on us 5 days in a row. And then, the very day that I decide to figure out a new furnace, our sewage, which hasn't bothered us twice in 10 years, decides to act up again while whatever, and now we have to pay for it ourselves. So we were kind of hoping that if we just took it easy on the water, it would resolve itself. It definitely didn't. I called like a local plumber guy, and he came and looked. Well, I called the city and waited all day for them, and finally called the local guy to come and look. And he said, yeah, no, the city has to clear it out as often as you need it. They can't just like leave you without sewage. They have to come and do this for you, and they will not bill you. Said, okay, thank you, friendly plumber. And so called the city came 20 minutes after he left, and they cleared out the roto-root, and they did not give us a bill. And so hip hip hooray, I did not have to pay this extra random thing for the roto-root service. But so this has just been like my ongoing basement disaster all fall. Like, what an annoying fuck around. And it's all, I mean, we have an old house and we're just like behind schedule and fixing it up. You know, this is how she goes. So, that is the story of my basement disaster that I also wanted to update you on. And the last thing that I wanted to give you an update on is that I've actually really overcome some fears, and I've started playing music live. I started going to local open mics, and I played at a jam a week or so ago. And I'm planning to go to another one tomorrow. I'm going to go to an acoustic jam tomorrow. I'm so scared. But it's been like overwhelmingly positive. I'm living in a money pit. It's just an old house. It'd be like that sometimes. It's fine. I don't feel like I have to explain myself to you or anything. But no, it's like an older house. We haven't fixed a lot of things in it in a very long time, and some of those things are important. And our mortgage is outrageously low. Like, millennials are across the world hate us because most of the people my age paid like legitimately twice as much. We bought our house in 2011, right after the recession, and we were approved for exactly 3 houses in our city. Like, our mortgage approval could only cover 3 houses, and exactly one of those houses was not a cracked in. So we bought it, and here's where we live now. So yeah, no, it's like a shitty little wartime house with like lots of things wrong with it, but it's cheaper than paying rent. And, here's hoping we break even. What are you going to do? It's like housing is expensive, but at least nobody can jack up our rent in a pandemic. I like, honestly, it's actually, I've like regretted buying the house a lot because I just want to go travel the world. I'm so sick of home ownership and adult responsibilities. Like pre-pandemic, I just wanted to sell the house and yeah, like live my best van life, or like go, I don't know, relocate to Europe or something. I'm just like so over home ownership. Like, don't even get me started. But I've learned to appreciate what I have, because some people have had their landlords just like absolutely screw them, and that really, really sucks. And so, and the housing market is insane right now. It makes me think maybe I should sell my house because people would probably pay way too much for this money pit. But then I remember that if I sold my house, I'd have nowhere to live. And this is a time when you need somewhere to live. So, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, as I was saying before I got... But thank you so much for your comment, Russ. That was, like, I appreciated that tangent I went on. So I've started facing a big fear, like I was saying, and I started playing at open mics. So speaking of, pandemics, at the beginning of 2020, before, everything went to hell in a handbasket, I had two things I was hoping to accomplish that year before, I was going to probably add to it, but I don't know if you remember how 2020 went. It got kind of weird. So two things I wanted to do. I wanted to get a tattoo. I wanted to get a new tattoo, and I wanted to play it at an open stage. This playing at an open stage or an open mic was something that I've been wanting to do for freaking ever. I've wanted to play at an open mic. But I just was so scared. The stage fright was too strong. And I just could not force myself to do it. So I've now grown through that, and I can force myself to do it. I like that. Oh man, I saw that you commented, but I missed it because I was talking. Oh, do I not get to see things after a certain amount of time? Aw, that's too bad. I skimmed it, but I didn't read it intentionally. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to deal with an HOA. I saw that. And I like the neighborhood that I live in. My neighbors are cool and chill. I mean, they're kind of rubby, but so am I. So that works. Yeah, having a house is weird. Like I am kind of a free spirit, and I struggle to be tied down. I have struggled with that, in the past, and I do look forward to shedding this house and being tied down by it. But at the moment, it's also just like a great place to live when the world is kind of weird. I would love to move out into just like the woods. That would be like the dream, to just move into like a cabin in the woods. I grew up in the bush, and I'm very comfortable in the wilderness. And I would love that. But I also really enjoy like people and being social. I'm quite extroverted that way. So, I have a friend group here in the city that I like seeing, and they make my life rich. Like I was saying, was just hot tubbing at a friend's house outside and looking at the stars. So, yeah, a lot of the most important people in my life like live in the city. So it's just kind of hard to know where you want to be, I suppose. But another great thing about living in the city is that there's all these open mics and opportunities to play music. And I've started taking those opportunities. And most of them have went pretty good. So I'm happy. I'm happy about that. I'm happy to have finally, I guess I just decided I was going to do it scared. And, I've made some good friends recently, and they have really encouraged me, and I've started playing the guitar a lot more. I've been practicing, and I've had, they've invited me out to things to play, and it's given me a reason to work toward, it's given me goals, which has been so huge for me. I always wished that I could practice guitar with more consistency and get better at it, but I just like could never get myself to move out of this like the hobby stage to like where I was really, and now I've went from like, now when I pick up the guitar, I'm not just kind of like playing around for fun. I like sit down and I have a song I want to work on, and I might get frustrated and get up and pace around the house, and I'm gonna sit back and you know what I mean? I really will like work through a song and try to improve it. It's like a much more focused process than just like kind of fiddling around. And I've only been able to like kind of like drop into that level of like focus and I don't know, I like actually like have a productive practice session, I guess. That's only happened because I've had things to work towards. So now I challenge myself to go to open mics or open stages at least once a week. I have found that if I let myself miss them, if I miss even one, it's 1,000 times harder to go to the next one. Those nerves, that stage fright, it does not fucking let up. It does not let up for a second. Yeah, it's always ready to creep back in. So, yeah, I noticed that if I'm not feeling well or whatever happens, I decide not to go to something I would normally go to, it'll be 1,000 times harder to get up the next week. So, I don't want to do that. I want to, build my confidence and be consistent, and continue playing these open mics and continue to get some stage experience. So I've been doing that. And then I went a step further and I went to like a jam session. And I said, sure, I'll play with the band. And so there was a bass guitarist and a drummer, and I played my guitar and they just kind of followed me. And like, I mean, I wasn't great, but I did it. I survived it. I have mostly positive memories of the experience. And actually, people were very kind after and said that I was good and I should come back and play. So I was encouraged to come back for the more acoustic jam. I think it's a little bit more my speed, a little bit more my style. And I want to go tomorrow night while it's still I'm still freshly, while the seal is still broken. If I wait too long, I'll have to break free again. And it was just last weekend. It's only been 8 days. So, I was just there at the jam. I should have enough confidence to show up at the same bar and play. There should be at least one person there who I know, who I could recognize from last weekend. So, yeah, I guess I decided to just hop on and do a live stream at like 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. I made the executive decision to come home early because I wanted to be able to play tomorrow night at this jam sesh. And I also knew that, so I got home early enough that I could stream and I could begin my goal of having maybe 12 live streams before the end of the year, just for fun. So this has been a little life update. I, upon recollection, feel like it's been painfully boring, but there's been 1 or 2 people popping in and out the whole time, trying to decide if this is worth their time. Thanks for watching. I'm going to play one more song on my uke before I take off. I would like, and what are these live streams going to be? Man, whatever the freaking hell I want. I'm going to do one that's completely music. I'll go back and forth between my guitar and my ukulele. But yeah, I'd like to just come and play for like an hour. I can take requests if you want. No promises that I can do them, but I'm always willing to give something a try. But I think it would be fun to do. I'd like to play some Christmas carols on the old piano. That might be good. I'd like to knit, maybe. Just do a stitch and bitch. Just knit and talk about life. I don't know, man. I hope that they're more exciting. I hope I come up with better. Y'all seem to just like to hear me talk, but I don't know how this one was. But I will play another song, my pretty ukulele that I accidentally dropped on the floor. Because I forgot I was holding it. Oops. And yeah, I'm just yammering now to fill time. This is I don't think this is how you're supposed to do it. It's probably, I'm sure it's fine, but let me give it a quick tune anyway. Yeah, it's like 2:15 my time. Like, I know that this is a very wimpy, like, 30-minute live stream, but you'll need to understand that it is after 2 o'clock in the morning my time. Yeah, ukulele's in tune. I just sound like shit. I realized when I started playing my ukulele live that it was actually a questionable choice to... I haven't been playing my uke nearly as much as my guitar. I'm not that practiced on it. But like I said, my fingers were kind of soft for the guitar. I didn't want to shred up my hands. And I thought that I could, like, pull off some songs on the uke. But, that's how she... do sometimes. This is a song called Delicate. It's by Janet Devlin, which is who is a Northern Irish singer-songwriter. She's amazing. The closer I get to your paper heart, and the tighter I hold on, gently covered in paper cuts, and more stubborn than some. And like the first day of winter, every day of the year, but you're too scared to let me in. Never close, only near. Oh, but I'm just delicate, just a little more delicate than you. So I lie here till morning as you sleep through my tears. You say crying's like running from my hopes and my fears. Oh, but I'm just delicate, just a little more delicate than you. Getting tired of trying to knock down your walls, and I'm blinded by caring. I can see how I fall. Oh, but I'm a little more delicate, just a little more delicate than you. So I lie here till morning as you sleep through my tears. You say crying's like running from my hopes and my fears. Oh, but I'm just delicate, just a little more delicate than you. I may bruise easily, I may break. This is more than what anyone should take. I may bruise easily, I may break. This is more than what anyone should take. I'm a little more delicate, just a little more delicate than you. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great night. Apologies for the shortness of the stream, those of you who it is not 2 o'clock in the morning for. But I will do subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you do not miss the next live stream, because it will probably be random. If I get even one of them scheduled before the end of the year, we will be surprised. But do subscribe and hit the bell so that you do not miss the next live stream. It might be music, maybe it will be ASMR. I forgot how much I like to talk into this microphone with these headphones and live my best ASMR life. If I had I could probably go for another 45 minutes now, just whispering into this mic. I don't know why I like to make ASMR, because I don't think that I actually get ASMR. But I sure do like the power. I think it's just because I'm small. Guys, I'm a real small girl, and when I hear how loud my voice can be with this microphone and these headphones, man, it's like louder than the voices in my own head. Okay, like, subscribe, goodbye.